All right, then let's start today's class. It is a plugin which works for your ArchiCAD, SketchUp, and Revit, and other softwares like Vectors. Okay, so we will learn how we can get our Enscape software. So there is a website, Enscape. So if you go to Enscape, let me show you. If you go to Enscape website, Enscape 3D. So Enscape3D.com is the website. From there you can download. This is the latest version 2.9, and here you got all the details about the software, and you can get 14 days free trial. They also provide student version for 60 days. So for that you can apply from here. This free student license, you can get it from here. You have to sign in. You can apply for your free education license with all these details. Which one will be the host app? If you are applying for SketchUp and all this, you can also apply and select, and you get through email. Okay, this is the way you should go for it. And here you got all the details. What is the minimum requirement of system? These should be matched, and you can check about the features. So we got real-time walkthrough, real-time rendering, and the virtual reality options are also available with this plugin. If we connect a VR headset, so we'll get that experience, virtual reality experience. And all about this we will explore. About this 360-degree panorama, we will explore it like this. This kind of real-time rendering, we can get it through this software, through this plugin, where all the other rendering software take day. Here you can get it within an hour. You can render your projects. So that's why this is the best plugin right now for rendering. And you can learn from here also. You can get video tutorials. This knowledge base is there. Some webinar related to this software. You can get access of these. Let's jump into the software. So after installing it, you will get this Enscape tab. So you have to come to this tab, and here you will got all the access for this Enscape. So this start button is there to switch into Enscape mode or to the Enscape software from your Revit project. So if you click on it, you can get the. So here you can generally set the view, which view you want to access in Enscape, so that you can select from here. Okay, and if you have any VR headset, that you can enable, you have to connect it and you can have that experience. So currently we are not having it, and we have this asset library. Enscape has its own assets, so you can access those assets. So those are you can say locked families or your Enscape assets. So that can be accessed in Enscape. if you render, you in Enscape only you can get the realistic image from those assets. You can put those assets in your Revit project, but that can be shown as a normal object. You cannot get the realistic image output from it in Revit. You can only get the realistic image output in Enscape only. So let's place some assets over there. We can go to this mail option. We can place some people here. Okay. Here you got this asset library in this Enscape tab. Between this tool panel, asset library is there, and here you got all kind of category. From there you can choose, so you can search it also, like if you search house, so there it showing this results. Okay, so you can search all your assets from here. There are some category already there, so you can choose it from here. Okay, so you can, if you choose like mail from here, so from 155 items, it will show you at this list of assets. From here you can choose your assets like this. If you click on it, and it will take some seconds to load, and after that you can place it. Okay, so let's find out the right place to place it. Let's place him here. Okay. Now you can place, see. You have to place at the right place. So let's switch into one view. Let's check which view. Yes. So now let's drag him. Okay, let's switch into 3D view. And from there you can again move this. Like that you can place. If you place spacebar, you can spin them around. Okay, so this way you can place your assets. All right. Then after placing your assets, you can directly switch into start. So that will switch you to Enscape. Before that, you can go to this general settings and visual settings, and you can set all the settings you require. So let's go to general settings. Like you can check the licensing, okay, whatever the preference and material selection, that is appearance and graphics, okay. And then you go for this visual settings. There you go for this rendering and everything, if you know. So better as you are beginning with this software, so better I will show you all this option in Inkscape. So that with the practical example you can understand better. So let's switch into start. It will take some moment. It will direct you to the Inkscape, and after that you got real-time rendering of this with the proper materials. If all the materials are placed on these all objects, then you got those materials effect with proper lights and shadows. So here you can see this in this properties panel, this Inkscape mail asset is right now selected, and all these properties you can see from here. You can change it, but that doesn't mean that if you render in Revit, it can be rendered through Revit settings, and in Revit you cannot get that. It will be shown as this normal mesh object, but if you render in Inkscape, you will get as a proper and actual man. Just wait for a minute. It will take some time to load. So the Revit project is now loaded in Inkscape. Now here you got this. These trees are available. So in real time, you are getting this rendered view with a realistic effect. You are getting your views. Now let's explore how we can access our Inkscape. So to move around, we have WASD key. So W to move forward, S is to move backward, A for left, moving left side, and D to move right side. E is there for up, and Q is there for down, to move downside, and E is there for up, moving upside. Okay, so you are moving with W, moving forward with W, and if you press the upper arrow so you will move fast. And if you hold control with this two button, W and up arrow and control, then you will move faster. You can see we are moving very slower, and if you press the arrow, then you are moving faster. And if you press control with that, you will move more faster. Okay, so this way. Now you want to rotate around, so left key is there, your mouse left key, hold it and move your mouse button. Okay, now let's move it around. Now here we have other modes like fly mode and walk mode. So for that, switch into fly mode and walk mode, we have the space button. So if you want to move it up, so with the left button, holding the left button, you can move it up, or your E button is there. So again, you can you will come back to this fly mode. So here it is shown, it is highlighted which mode you are currently in. So you are currently in fly mode, and with this your mouse left key you can rotate around, and you can see now with this scroll button, if you hold your scroll button, then you can like zoom in and zoom out. You can do that, you can zoom in and zoom out. And again, if you press your like space button, you switch into walk mode and you are generally walking. So generally we walk more on ground. Okay, so there you can see like that. So again, if you press space bar and that, you can switch it. So you want to orbit around, so holding the right key, your mouse right key, you orbit around. Okay, and with the scroll button you can zoom in and zoom out. Your A and D is there to move left and right, and you can do with both WASD and your arrows to work faster. And if you add control with that, so you will walk or fly more faster even. So let's switch into how we can view around. So let's go to this way we can get like, let's come to walk mode. So let's with this A, I'm holding the A button and then go for W. Okay. Again, you can come back with ACE and you can here you see all this grass are there. So if you switch into fly mode and you can enter, so with this so this way you can walk around. If you had the VR headset, you can have this live experience, like walking around your project, like you are walking around live. will come back to walk mode again, and you will be walking like you are playing a game like. So again, come back to with up key, E button is there. We're coming back up. Okay, so we have another option, that is video editor. So you can create your video walkthrough. So with this video editor, so for that, let me show you how you can create a video editor with this video editor. So for that, let's come to this position. Okay, now press K button. You got this timeline, and each and every moment you are changing your camera view, you have to add keyframe with K. So now the camera is facing the car, and you add keyframe with K, or you can click on this. Then move your camera and you can walk around where you want to place another position. There you place another keyframe, press K, you move around, and you press K again here. Okay, and you again come back to walking mode. You walk around, you move the angle with this. Here you can place again keyframe. If you move around with W, you can move around there, or if you want to face there, you can add keyframe there. You want to add keyframe there, you can add it. Okay, now let's come down to through the stair. Let's place keyframe here. It's another keyframe here. Come here. Place another keyframe here. Place another keyframe here, and here you got this total duration for your video. Another keyframe you add. Add another keyframe. Add another keyframe. Now you add another keyframe here. move it around with your left key. Add another keyframe here. To add another keyframe. Add another keyframe. You can add another keyframe. And if you want to finish it here, like at this position, you can finish adding the last keyframe. This is done, and you want to preview. So from that position, it will play for you. So here you see okay. And if you ever leave it again, and if you want to come back to that video again, so you got you clicked on that leave, and you can press again K and you come back to that again. Suppose you want to change some somewhere in that position, the camera position. So you see this camera path, this path has been created. Go around, you will see this path has been created, and this camera where you have placed the keyframe, so you want to place those. So here you want to change that. If you select that and you want to change the field of view, so from there you can change the field of view like this. You can change the field of view. Okay, you can, after changing it, you apply it. Okay, so this way you can change, right? You can change it, come back again, and there you got all this. All the positions are camera placements are there, and there if you select your cameras, you can change all those. You can change for that what will be the time of day, so that you can apply, and that you can change. See what will be the moment that you can change, timestamp, so that everything you can change. Okay, and not only by moving around, you can move around, but not changing your position. With this keyframe editor, you can change the keyframe by switching with this arrow. You can go to that keyframe, and there you can change all these settings, and you can do it. If you want to place any other camera, so for that, go to that place and click on this insert, and you can insert it. It's come back again, and again you go to this preview option, so it will play for you like that. This escapes, you will cancel your video. So how you can render your this with this realistic? So for that you have to come to Revit, and here you got this video editor on off, and render video option is there to render that video. This option you got. So for this it will take too much time, so I suggest you guys, you please check it, the update you please let me know. So here it will take too much of time to render all these videos for to all 23 keyframes. It will take too much time. Now let's see how we can take screenshot a still image, how we can take that. So for that, let's go to Inkscape and set a particular view, and from here we can take our screenshot. Okay, so you want to change the time. So for that, you right click and shift, holding right click and shift, you have to if you want to forward the time, then move your mouse to the right side. If you want backward, you want to go to backwards in time, then you have to move your mouse then towards the left side. Okay, early morning time. I think here you got this time in the bottom left, bottom right corner. You got this time. Okay. So I am moving towards the right side, holding the shift and right key. Okay, and I'm now moving my mouse towards the left side. Starry night. So let's take a screenshot of this. We want a screenshot of this. And this will be absolutely right. Yes. So let's take a screenshot. So for that, let's switch into Revit and go for this take screenshot. You can render image. Okay, so if you click on this rendered image, so you will get the realistic view. To take a time, and you have to see where it is saved in this setting. General settings is there, so you have to see where it is saved. Let me check. You can see this is the image saved from your Inkscape. All right, and after that, here from here you if you have loaded created a path in Revit, so you can load that path as well from here. You can load that. Now let's go to this settings, visual settings, and come to this Inkscape mode. Let me change the time so you better understand. Yes. Now let's switch into this interior view so you can understand it better. And here you can choose this perspective or 2-point or normal orthographic. So let's choose this perspective now. And you set the view right now. And here you can change the style. From there you can change the style. There you see this lines, this outlines has been reflected over there. If you increase this, you see this thick lines, you got a bit cartoonistic effect with this style outlines. With this you can add some mode, white mode, you can add more whitish picture you can add with this white mode, and this polystyral and light view you can change those modes. You can change the camera exposure option. So for more exposure of your lights and your effects, so for that you can increase the exposures. Let me show you. Suppose if I increase the exposure, so you got this more brightness. Okay, so better for the realistic effect, better you choose this 50%. And let me show you about the depth of field. So depth of field is more like which is nearby the camera, that will be focused, and after that all of other objects will be blurred. So you can do like that. Now let me zoom this. Here you see which is nearby the camera, more focus into that, and the other things is blurred. Okay, so here you got the idea about this depth of field. If you increase it more, the blurriness will be more. Okay, so this kind of effect you can create with this depth of field, and this is right now set as autofocus. Sorry, this set as autofocus. So if you need to change the focal point, so then you uncheck it rather than automatically focus on it. So you can change the focus. Okay, for the depth of field you can change the focus. Okay, change the focus. Like if you increase it, so the blurriness will be the opposite. Okay, so for that let's change the autofocus. Means which is nearby, it will focus on that. If you change that from autofocus to if you increase that focal point, so then which is far, it will focus on that. And field of view, FOV, is for the area of your view, the camera angle for your view, that you can increase and decrease. Okay, for the observation area you can say. Okay, so with this you can change, change the render quality for from high to ultra. So for that better configuration is needed, and you can change what would be the image image output settings. You can change highlights, shadows, and everything you can change accordingly. So right now the default options are okay, so there is nothing to change right now. And you can change atmosphere, you can add with white background, you can, if there is any atmosphere, time and location. If there is like there is fog, so what will be the intensity for the fog and height, illumination, sun brightness, what will be that? So for horizon, what will be white ground is there. So for that you can choose if forest or mountains, so that kind of background you will get. So like let's choose urban here, and if you go to this Inkscape and outside of it, you will get more urbanized. See at the background you got this. So let's change this. Now you see urban area. So that kind of effect you can add into your project. That will be none. There will be no outlines. Previously there was nothing, and right now we are having urban area. So this kind of settings we can done for our project and we can execute. So for that we have this screenshot option is there, and batch rendering for multiple view render in one time. So for that batch rendering is there. You can execute a panorama. So for that render panorama is there. So for that let's set our view into a position from where it will take the panorama view. So let's place this position. Okay, and then after that go to your Revit and go for this render panorama, and if you switch into here you got this, it's executing the panorama. So you got this 360-degree view in one image. So you can get 360-degree view of a of an interior bedroom or living room, and you can export that as a QR file so that your client can scan it and he can view it in their mobile. So that can be done. So let me see where it's saved. Yes, so it is saved here in panoramas. This is under this document, Inkscape file is there. Under this panorama file is created. Okay, so let me check in Revit. let's check your manage uploads. So this is the panorama. Okay, so you can view it. You can save panorama to file. You can save that panorama to file. So let's save this here, and we go to pictures. There you got this panorama view, and you can export that. You can export that. So just a minute. If you upload, you can upload your panorama to cloud. So this is the option. So this will be uploaded into Inkscape website and their server. It will be uploaded. So just wait. This should be completed. And after that, you can generate QR code. Only after uploading into cloud, you can generate QR code, and that you can give it to your client, or else suppose if you are constructing and you have exported a interior panorama, and outside of any room which is being constructed, outside of that room you posted this QR code, and when your client come, that QR code can be scanned and he can view that 360-degree view of that particular room, and he will get the better idea. So you can copy QR code and or else save QR code to a file. You can save this QR code. Let's save this here, and let me open it again. So this is the QR code. Guys, if you scan this, guys, I'll suggest you scan this and check if it is working. How you access your Revit project into Inkscape, and you got realistic image, realistic rendered videos, panoramas in real time. So you can see that within few hours we got all this. So that's the best thing. Okay, so this is all about Inkscape, and this is end for today. Guys, practice this